I remember when we were still in the Bandcamp days without a label, when we did the EPs, we were just
Yeah.
excited when we saw like a guy in Japan just purchased the digital copy of the EP. And that was the most, we didn't think we could get any further than that.
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel and welcome to my teenage room. Once again, I am still in Belgium celebrating the holidays with my family. But hey, while you're here, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't happen every year that there is genuine buzz all over the world in the, let's call it progressive, black and pop, shoegaze, whatever world, but especially not from a band from Denmark. But with the new album by Mel, that is absolutely happening. The new album came out, so I just had to learn all about it.
Frederick, thank you so much for your time today. The new album is out as we're talking. Earlier this month it was released. And unlike what we most see for bands from Denmark, here in North America and Canada, there was genuine buzz for that album. So that's pretty cool to see. How has this release cycle been for you? I know it's weird times, but you must be pretty excited still.
Yeah, we're beyond excited and thrilled to finally be sharing this with the world. It's been really hard work making it all happen, and everybody's restricted at the moment because of COVID. So it's just really heartwarming to see the response despite of all that. Touring is still something that might happen. We're definitely hoping touring still happens again soon.
So let's focus on that music. And that music is, I would say, wonderfully unpredictable. Especially if you look at songs on the album like Vestige. I think in the first 10 seconds of that song, you fool me 3 times completely, where I have no idea what's going on. I love it when I see people trying to label you. You hear people calling you, oh, it's ambient pop punk black metal. Okay.
I like that one. I keep that one.
All right, good. I was about to ask you, because traditionally speaking, a lot of people call you blackgaze, but that could mean so many things. Is it funny for you to see people trying to figure out what they should label you at? Is that all that doesn't matter at all?
It's interesting. You get some different points of views on the music. So yeah, it's just fun, you're hearing different labels where the music just is what the music is. And yeah, it's just very interesting to hear all the different combination of genres people can put on it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, that obviously, because there is an undeniable influence or roots in black metal, but then there's a lot of, embracing of experimenting. There's a lot more color with you guys than with the traditional black metal band, whether it's image or music. Does that lead to situations where you find yourself to be either too extreme or too poppy to fit in with audiences, touring packages and stuff like that?
Yeah, trying to be your own kind of sound is, I know, difficult for any band. And the music that Nikolai and Ken have been, crafting the music side of it. It's always been a mishmash of different genres. So it's where we are. There's nothing to do about it. We want to make this music the way we want to make it. So
exactly.
Whenever we get anybody saying, this sounds too poppy or this is too harsh or anything, it's like, it is what it is.
And we see also, just worldwide, there's definitely I don't know if resurgence is the right word, but we see bands like yourself, but also other bands like here in Canada and Archspire in Germany and Obscura, bands that are at the core extreme metal bands, but are not afraid to just do things differently, getting quite a lot of positive support. I think you've seen that as well for your band, where every release you get a broader audience, you get more reactions. How's that for you to see that your music is this unique music that you and the other band members come up with is resonating so well in so many different areas in the world?
Yeah, it's still hard to understand, I think, at a certain point. I remember when we were still in the Bandcamp days without a label, when we did the EPs, we were just excited when we saw like a guy in Japan just purchased the digital copy of the EP. And that was the most, we didn't think we could get any further than that at that point. So it's just constantly trying to wrap our heads around the growing support and love of the music and the band.
Now, besides the music, the lyrical concepts and the visual art is clearly also very important for the band. I mentioned the song Vestige before. There was a video created for that where it seems like the band is taking shots at cheap consumerism and levels of escapism. We see champagne boarding, and we see raw chicken birthday cakes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, something like that.
What's going on?
Yeah, that pretty much was the attempted commentary. I think it relates to the lyrics Kim wrote for that song as well. The fleetingness of these things match very well with the type of song it is. So it was really, we wanted to do it that way, make it really gross, emotionally, visually, and then still have this uplifting kind of beat and music under it that Nikolai wrote was, it just fits so well together.
The concepts that you tackle are, not necessarily fun concepts or what have you. There is a commentary there. There's a harshness there. There's visuals that are meant to be uncomfortable. Then at the same time, there is, I don't know if the right word is a lightness to it, but there seems to be like always still some sort of a positive angle to the whole experience. And is that a fair interpretation, or am I completely off here?
Yeah, I think there's something to it. I think as a band, the concept has been for the longest time, finding the bright spots in the darkness. So it kind of translates through that song very well. The lightness in all this, you could despair at the sight of all this, but there is something to glean from all of it, even if it is just your understanding of it being terrible. There is some brightness there.
Yeah. So when you talk about like, well, we're providing commentary on things that we believe is not great about society, and we talked about consumerism and so on. Does that then mean that we are going into the most dreaded period of the year for the band members, given that we all have to live through a couple of months of Christmas decorations and Mariah Carey in shopping malls and stuff like that? Are you guys just this whole holiday season thing that like that's exactly what we are talking about, or is it still the holidays and it's nice after all?
Yeah. It's a very personal thing for everybody to talk about that stuff. I think as a band, we don't try to, say this is how the world should be. It's just a point of view at the moment. In this case, from Kim's point of view as a lyricist, it's just, I see this and this is horrible to me, but that doesn't mean there isn't, joy somewhere.
Right.
And we still, as people, because we are humans in the band, find some joy in celebrating holidays with our friends and family, in varying degrees.
But we shouldn't expect a Mo Christmas album anytime soon. I think.
Yeah, probably not.
It feels to me that there's too much creativity in the band to be contained in songs and video clips. And I was wondering if that's something that you guys have on your mind for the future.
As of now, there's no talks about doing any more bigger visual projects. But it's definitely something we always discuss in the band. Like, what's the best visual representation that we can bring? Because it's what we want live, is to be this perfect combination of how we visually see the music,
right?
With the colors and lights, and so maybe at some point we'll do some sort of visual artistic representation of this in a live show, but we're still learning actually how to do all this. We might seem like a professional band, but we're still learning all this, how to do all this. So yeah, but personally, yeah, I would like at some point if we do some more cohesive, larger visual project with this music.
You've you touch on live shows. Earlier this month, there were also a couple of release shows, special shows that you guys did. I think the first one was right at the start of November, or maybe the end of October. I forget right now.
Yeah, the start of November.
How was that? How did it go?
Yeah, we did some. We did a release show before the album was out in Aarhus, our hometown. And yeah, the reception was amazing. And then did some shows across Denmark. Also one in Copenhagen that was equally amazing.
Yeah.
Really overwhelmed by the support and how much it's grown since we last were out playing, even in our own country.
Yeah.
We always felt a bit like underdogs in our own country. So whenever there's any sign of support and it increases, we're floored every time. It feels like the most validating thing. To be loved in your own country, as I guess any musician playing live shows would agree.
We're in this weird balance where every band in the world wants to go out and tour, but there's been resurgences of COVID cases all over, and booking agents they've first started booking a lot, then they're slowing down again a little bit. What's that situation for you guys? Like, what can you share of what you are planning next?
We're planning a tour as of now in Europe in February. But as we're seeing right now, it seems like a lot is closing down. So we're just crossing our fingers, hoping that everything will be fine by February again. But yeah, that's the only thing we're planning right now. There's nothing in the near future that definitely would be risky. So we're fingers crossed for February, where we have a tour planned in Europe.
Well, Frederick, I think the fans who have started to react really well to your album, and I'm sure that it's only natural. I've been reading through comments on YouTube videos and so on, and we're probably pretty happy to see a lot of these very positive comments. The album is out now, and it sounds like we might hear more about planned shows for the new year, so that's exciting. Is there anything else that the fans should know about, where they need to follow you guys to stay on top of things?
Yeah, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram at MOELDK. that as the letter is called is very difficult, so we have a way around that on the social medias. And just listen to the music and tell us what you think. We share this because we want to know how people feel about this music, and we're just excited to share it.
Awesome. Well, Frederik, I want to thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And I genuinely hope that you guys get to play your European tour, and then hopefully tours also outside of Europe. I know there's a lot of people here in Canada. I would love to see you guys play here. If that's not possible, then we'll just have to come to Europe at the right time to see you on stage. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.